Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Grill and Bar and Maeve's Bar Sligo.
Hello everyone, and thank you for picking the Kendy and Raybo podcast for your listening pleasure today. You will notice a mistake straight off the bat in this episode. Ray has a tenuous grasp on what modern music is. That, coupled with my complete lack of any knowledge of modern music, led to a mistake. This is episode 211. Azalea Banks released a song called 212. Let me say that one more time. This is episode 211. Azalea Banks has a song called 212. You will know what I'm talking about once you get into it. Enjoy the episode.
What's that song? You got the 211. You know that song? Iggy Azalea.
Iggy Azalea.
It's the Iggy Azalea episode.
You got, right. How long were you with that in the bar? Did you just think of that there?
Just thought that there.
I could actually tell it what, because you went silent there for about 15
because
seconds.
thinking about it, yeah.
And then you said,
you get the 211.
I don't. Is that? You got the 211, yeah. That's the whole song.
That's it.
You got the 211.
You got the 211, yeah.
You got the 211, yeah.
You got the 211.
She does it in loads of different expressions. No.
Oh, yeah.
So one of them is a statement, one of them is a question.
Yeah.
You got the 211.
Yeah.
And then she does the question one. You got the 211? Then she does the excited one. You got the 211.
Sounds like a Massey Ferguson or something, or
Yeah, I was going to say that again. I mean, I'm flat out looking at these this woman called Sammy. Do you know Sammy? No,
I don't.
Sammy's abroad.
She's a lady
in Monaghan.
Oh,
yeah. So she.
Was this the shop?
No. Though the shop one though. Someone sent me today. Come here. Will you get the shop one on the podcast?
The lady with the Sounds Around records.
Yeah, her name, it's Monaghan Sounds or something, is it, or whatever?
Yeah.
And she comes out and does a two-step.
She does.
And she says, "Look at all of
We've got all these lovely ashtrays.
We do.
They're on sale because of the smoking ban." Oh. Big shipment back in 2001.
Yeah, she's like, "Come here, can you tell the time? Have a look at this Monaghan clock."
And we can write your name on it.
Yeah, and what does the clock say though? What did we burn into it?
Yeah, happy birthday, Mark.
Lovely Monaghan.
Lovely Monaghan.
She is brilliant. I love people like that because someone just said to her, "Have you tried this TikTok crack?" And she said, "I'm not going to do any research. I'm just going to do videos now."
Yeah.
And that's the best way of going into it.
To do it.
You know these people that come up to you and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm thinking about starting this page, and so I'm going to do 2 years of market research for a page." Right? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying to you, Ray?
You do.
She just said, "All right, what do I do? Do I put the phone in front of me? Okay, perfect." And then she said to the husband, "Start it up there, Shamey, just hit record." And she comes out in her pink blouse and she goes, "Away we go." And now she's virus, right? So, but I was saying something else there. So there's another one then. There's a woman called Sammy. And she does like good crack, whatever them things are, them fucking competitions or whatever. And what was I saying about her again?
I don't know.
Why did you confuse me?
I didn't confuse you.
You did. What did we say just as we came in the door?
I'm desperately waiting for a break in the conversation so I can go, you get the 211. Maybe the one at the end could be a 1. You know, did you get the 2-1? 1.
What does that mean?
As in, did you, instead of getting the 201, did you get the 211?
Oh yeah, it was tractors.
Great. See, now that's helped both of us now.
I haven't a clue what you were at about, but now I know it was tractors you were at about.
You went silent and you were thinking.
Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is I have this new, I'm starting to learn more about these tractors. And there's Ford 705, 706, 707. I see all these yokes driving around the place.
Yeah.
And I've realised, Ray, that this country is not run by government officials like you and Brendan, which we'll get on to eventually. Mm-hmm. All the money and the country is run by farmers in Northern Ireland.
Yes.
So they're the ones that are dictating everything around here. They're the ones with all the pound. They're going around with the fanciest brown boots you could see, the fanciest blue jean you could see,
and the biggest
they have
tractors.
A pink shirt, Gant, right? Mm-hmm. They have the eyebrow pierced, man, and they can't speak for love nor nothing. I don't understand the word they're saying. And they have the biggest tractors going, right?
And is Sammy giving them away?
Sammy's giving them away, right? But sometimes Sammy is giving them away to people who are going, "That's good now, because I have 2 of them already in the yard. I thought I could do the 3rd one." Oh. That's what's happening. These things are worth £200,000.
Is this the McKinney competition?
It's like
one?
that. It's like that. But yeah. And then all the young lads are absolutely in love with Sammy. Right? She is their dream.
She's
girl.
a lady.
So she is an agricultural farming lady with a Monaghan accent.
I can only imagine every listener that we have now of a male variety, all 67% of them,
are going to look
will be now rushing to their phone or Google device to look up what Sammy looks like.
So Sammy is...
Brendan, have we a picture?
Sammy...
Not that I'll see her.
Yeah, you won't be able to see the photo. So
just type in Sammy into Google. So that's all you need.
Yeah, type in Sammy competitions.
Sammy tractors.
Sammy tractor. And I'll explain why she's a great she's a marketing genius. I've already explained some of it, but once you see her, you'll
understand. Well, I can't obviously, but
Yeah.
you might be able to describe the picture that.
Have you looked her up, Brendan?
Brendan is.
Yeah, I'll tell you if it's her or not. Show
Sad
me.
thing is now, Neve will find this on Brendan's
That's her.
phone.
Now I want you to have a right look at her now.
Right.
So that's Sammy, right? You
I
don't have
can't
to
see anything but a tractor.
and you don't have to make any comment on. But I'm saying she's a marketing genius. So she has a lovely Monaghan accent, country woman, starts talking about tractors. Sometimes then she might walk towards the tractor when she's showing it to you. So she'd have to. She's not going to walk backwards towards it, like. So she'll say to the camera, "Howie, I'm going to go over to this tractor now."
Right.
So she goes over to it, like. So she turns around and goes over to it.
And what's interesting about that?
No, nothing. I'm just saying what she does, like. Fellas love her.
How just because she walks toward the tractor?
Yeah. So like she'd be facing the camera and she'll say, "Howie, I'm going to go up towards this tractor here now."
Right.
She'll turn around and walk towards the
How
tractor.
far is it from where she is starting the video?
You're talking the far side of 10 meter.
Is it?
But like,
And is there like an awkward 10-meter walk?
It's not as awkward as you think, Ray. Sammy'd wear a tight pair of blue jeans.
Would she?
She would.
Right.
She's a brilliant.
Would she wear Wellingtons?
She would wear Wellington. She's a brilliant character.
I can see where this is going.
Yeah. So but she is a great character as well.
Okay.
So I'm learning a lot
about tractors.
But
from her. You got really into farming materials when you used to do the farm simulator.
Oh man, that was my favorite thing ever. I used to play Farm Simulator on PlayStation.
Is that farm now completely overgrown and in a disaster? And all the
I'm
animals
afraid
have
that
died?
if I turned it on now, I think Nama have it. If I turned on the game, I think Nama owned the farm.
What do you call the little toys you used to get for kids that you have to keep alive?
A Tamagotchi.
A Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
I wonder, is that farm bit like your Tamagotchi?
Oh my god! Imagine if you turned on a Tamagotchi now, like.
Yeah, apparently people have them.
You turn on a Tamagotchi now, and it'd just be this thing going, "Shoot me, please! Just fucking shoot me. This is miserable." Do you remember the Furbies as well, man? You put your finger in them all like that. Do you remember them ones?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was saying there, I was kind of talking to you that, Brendan with his big government job. We won't say too much, Brendan. We won't say what it is or whatever. He's running the government.
It's 2 against 1 now.
Yeah, this is so frustrating. I promised me mammy when I left Castlereagh. She said, "Mark, go off and live your life.
Don't get a job at the government."
No, but she said, "Don't ever let a government official into your house."
Right.
That's what she said to me.
I
She
see.
said, "As long as you live."
Yeah.
And now I have 2 of them.
She was fine with me, wasn't she? She got to know me.
She's still not gone on you, Ray, if I'm being fully honest. Go back to radio just for 1 sec, just for a split second, and I'll make sure. So she's still not fully gone on you, Ray, if I'm being totally honest.
Okay.
But because of the government official heading you, and the higher the grade you go, Ray, you're getting promotions left, right, and centre, the more mammy goes. Are you sure now?
Yeah.
You should be hanging out with those kind of people.
So Brendan now has a big government job.
In his department, he has promised big funding for local podcasts.
Has he?
He has. He's promised me that now.
Right.
I don't want to say what his department is, but he would have quite a say in that.
Are we moving out of the box room into a purpose-built studio, for example?
He's promised me £200,000 for
Savage.
a purpose-built studio,
Yeah.
and a house for me to raise my lines.
And could he get us the 2 Johnny's job?
He reckons no point going for the 2 Johnny's job at all. He said, "Why would you be looking so low?" He said.
Just to get to go out in the roadcaster, that's fun.
He said, "I get you the Ryan Tuberty job," he said to me. Ooh. That's what he said to me now. He said, "You're going to have to split the wages, but they're staying the same."
Yeah.
I said, "I go for it."
Fair play to Brendan getting the big government job anyway. That's all I'm
unbelievable that he, and like, as I said, not that I'd be going for them or anything, but if there's a big government job that you want to hand to me, because the job was handed to him, you know that?
Yeah, of course.
He was walking down the street and said, "You want a big government job?"
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
It's who you know. And
absolutely. He's been schmoozing this down since he was student union president.
Yeah, and it's who you pester on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, you see.
Yeah.
And the problem with me is, the reason I don't have a big government job is because I wouldn't stoop as low as pestering people on Facebook.
The worst thing is now every gig is going to be his gig.
Yeah, so again, we're not saying what he does.
He can't say not my gig anymore because he'll have to say that. In fairness, we funded it.
Yeah, they're all his gig.
They're all his gig now.
So I am surrounded. I just want everyone to know. Just look back at this in 6 months. Kendy's now surrounded by the fortunes of the state.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
In both, can I say what your department is? Are we allowed to say?
Department of Government.
The Department of Government, okay. A well-funded area of the Department of Government.
And then Brendan would work for the Department of Local Government.
The Department of Local Government.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by the funds of the state.
Yeah.
And just see how well it does for me in the next 6 months.
Let's see how
so
we
if
get
you
on.
think it's who you know, and I'm just going to let everyone out there know this, I won't be kissing the boot of the state either now. Even though Mark, as humble as he has stayed, throughout all of this development. I'll not be kissing the boot of no man, and you'll see it won't stand to me, because in 6 months I'll be in the same position again. Because I won't be going, oh, where do you want it, Brendan? Closer to the hole, is it?
Oh, no, it's a horrible image.
Oh, yeah.
Mark,
I'll do your dry cleaning, Brendan, no problem at all. I won't be doing that.
Mark, I'd like to move on.
And you know what will happen as well? You won't move on. I'll be the only man in here now. As I said to you when Brendan came in, I said, congratulations, Brendan. I said, congratulations. But now I have 2 people saying, Jesus, Mark, I don't know if we can say that with my job.
Yeah, that's true.
And you won't be holding Kendy back.
Right.
No. I'll still come out and say everything that needs to be said.
We rely on you.
Radker's a hape.
Stupid.
Do you know what I mean? And I'd say it. I'll say it, Ray. I'll say anything that has to be said.
Careful
You
now.
know?
Yeah.
I'll say it, and I won't be kissing any babies. The 2 of you going around kissing babies, I'll not do it.
What about the live show?
Oh, it was unreal, wasn't it?
Thank God.
You know? It was unreal.
It was mad. Thanks to everybody that came out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's seldom I'd say it was. You know how self-deprecating I can be, and how we did a live show one time that I wanted never, Anthony. I didn't want to do one ever again.
Yeah,
that was great crack. There was great relief afterwards to go. Lovely. I think people had good crack there because we charged them.
Yeah.
So that's always a big one when you charge people money. You better make sure now they have a bit of crack here. Alan Clark,
Marvellous man.
what a marvellous man he is.
He has since gone on to sell out what is the biggest venue in Sligo, in Mayo.
Only because of the show he done with us.
Totally.
Yeah, it is. We made him what he is.
On the crest of the wave of the show that we did.
So he was tittering around there at the bottom of the pile. No one knew him at all. And then he came on our show once, and all of a sudden he sold out the TF in Castlebar.
Look, it's amazing what people can
and
do.
now he's up at the Galway races.
He subsequently then got a job at the Galway races.
Yeah.
And someone bought him like 19 suits. He has had the most success in the last 2 weeks, thanks to us.
I mean, just think about that though. Like, is it thanks to them or not? Yeah, well, just look at what he's done in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, massive.
You know? Absolutely massive as well. He also intrigued the shite out of me.
Oh.
When he started talking about those BRB barns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your man who was injecting everyone with chemicals in Mayo.
He wasn't injecting as
he was. I heard that he.
So we're talking Donald Byrne, and he was testing people as they were coming into his public house.
Yeah, he had counterfeit vaccines.
Okay.
He didn't. What he was doing, he bought antigen tests.
Did you listen to the podcast of Donald Byrne?
I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm so intrigued by it, and I will listen on my next journey. 100%. That's what I'm going to listen to.
If I had a plot of land in and about Sligo, I'd be putting up one of them.
So
yokes.
that's what I wanted to get onto. Okay, so I said to Nicola, "Come and look at this for a portfolio, lovely."
Yes.
Now it's the same thing we do whenever we start searching houses on Daft, going, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? We can never afford it. Okay. Now his houses are more affordable. That's the idea. Is that he has affordable, modular built, pre-built, like factory built homes.
He builds them in Swinford.
And I had a look at them, Ray. He has a 3-bedroom dormer bungalow. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was like, why would anyone buy the stupid houses that are up online now?
That's what people are asking.
Now. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
I need to get to the bottom of this, right? Okay. Now, and I can't get to the bottom of it either. Be as nice as you can without being as nice as you can. Tell me the truth. I don't care about your big government official heads on the 2E, okay? Tell me the truth now, or I'm going to go find out the truth.
Okay.
Kendy has a podcast, 8 episodes. The truth about housing.
Yeah,
and how the boy know to tell him anything.
Oh, and you have to remind me as well. There's been a request about a spin-off podcast for me, but I'll talk to you about that in a little while.
You want, man, you can spin off out the door, man, and you may spin the wheels because I'm chasing after you.
Let's just say people like the history, and people says, why don't you do a little history podcast on the side?
So the people are one person.
Yeah, it was Fergal. Fair play to him. He bought me a pint on Tuesday. He says, you were great at the history. I enjoyed it.
Now, then, but you know what's funny? So now Ray is going, that's it. We're doing history all the time. You're going, yeah.
I know.
But we did history one time, and one person said, I'm not fond of the history. And Ray said, the people have spoken. We're not doing history ever again.
Yeah.
It's one person.
Ask me your questions anyway.
Ask you the questions. Okay.
BRB Housing, Donald Byrne, Swinsford.
So we have beautiful modular homes built down in Doherty Park in Sligo now.
I haven't seen them fully yet.
Oh no, they're unbelievable.
Sure.
They're gorgeous, and it's so. I think it's the best thing we've ever done. Okay,
I do.
You're going with this. No. But what I'm saying is, so there's modular homes built on site very quickly and pushed through straight away.
Yeah.
Right. So I've heard in the background that some of the hurdles that you get when you want to buy a plot of land and put one of those modular homes on it is that planning on board Planona will go, no, you're not doing that.
Yep.
You better put brick down on that now, or there's hell to pay, right? Yep. So have the government, so is that true, first of all? Have you heard them kind of murmurs as well?
So for a private person, resident of the state and all that jazz, to actually get, if you wanted to build here in Sligo, and I do appreciate the planning department in every area, planning has to be in place because otherwise it'll look like a disaster.
Yeah.
It'll look like Inniscrone. And nobody wants that.
The last-
I mean, that's got out of hand and you can fucking see it. You're driving through
Oh,
and not a tree in sight.
Yeah,
no one
I
has
know.
stopped to think, wouldn't a tree be nice there? No, let's build 6 more houses.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah, there's no, the lack of trees is
if anyone ever, if you're driving in Denniscrone,
criminal.
just look at it. It's like a bomb hit it and knocked down all the trees, but didn't affect the houses. Anyway,
they paid Paradise and put up
parking lot beside the houses.
Yeah.
So if myself and Laura now looking to have a house without Sean.
I mean, sickening, really. If I'm being honest, the poor devil.
Yeah.
You're looking to have a house without Sean.
But Laura,
is there such thing? Really?
If I bought a plot of land now, right,
Yeah.
a nice little square, half an acre,
Right.
to put up a house, I would have to apply to Sligo County Council for planning, and they would immediately.
Don't worry
I know,
about it, man. We know someone.
Brendan. But
Don't worry about that, man.
My understanding of it is they'd immediately say, "No, you're grand. You're not from the town. You're not. I'm not a resident of this place, so I cannot prove." That, as far as I know, and I could be correct in this, and please correct me
Yeah,
if I'm
someone
wrong.
correct you if we're wrong,
Because
yeah.
Christ above, if I am wrong, I'm delighted.
Yeah.
Because then I'm going to hopefully find a little plot of land and build a house.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think I can because I can't prove that I'm from the planning permission in an area is, I think, given to people that prove a link to it.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily have a link because I'm 14 years in the town, but I didn't grow up here.
Okay.
Laura, on the other hand, did.
Yeah, okay.
So she's my link.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Through her,
Fuck it.
I might be
Nicholas
able to get...
from the arse of Roscommon.
Yeah, not you.
I should have got a Sligo. Any Sligo women out there? Seriously, now I'm bait. This is a call into you
Call
now,
out,
okay?
yeah.
I finally have a reason to get out of this place, right? Sligo women out there, would you like to get it on board with
But
Kendy?
equally, if Nicola's complaining about
4.5
not having a house,
inches ready to go.
if she's complaining about not having a house, you can tell her it's your fault. You're not from the town.
Yeah, I should have
Yeah.
got a woman from the town.
So again,
You are so coy.
but wait,
You're so
it's
coy.
not that coy.
I was wondering why you wouldn't shift to Mayo woman. I was just wondering all these years why won't you go to your Mayo woman at all?
If it's grand having Laura, right? It's grand.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's
It's a gold
grand.
mine.
Let's just call it grand.
Yeah.
It's grand having Laura.
It's all right, like, yeah.
But then you get the plot of land, and the council then look at your half an acre and they go, "We're not really interested in." There's a couple of reasons they'll tell you for not doing it. We don't want you building there because it's a scenic road. There's a lot of scenic roads in
Yeah,
this
I want to
town.
put up a lovely scenic modular hose from BRB
Yeah,
up
no,
on
they
it.
don't want that.
Very scenic.
They don't want you obstructing the view. So they won't let you plan a house. And also, if they look at your half an acre, go, Jesus, we could put 16 modular homes on that. And
But they don't do that, though.
no, they do. They look at what you're putting on it.
Okay.
And if we're putting on just a single occupancy house that'll mostly hold maybe 4 or 5 of us, all going well.
Jesus, I tell you why you want to get fired, right?
Yeah,
4 or
I know.
5. Fucking hell, man.
But I mean, if we're there and there's only 4 or 5 of us or 6 of us at the tops,
Yeah.
you know, then you're not really using that half an acre.
Okay. No, I know what you're saying, but then like
They want you to put up 3 houses on that site, all nicely
and then sell
tightly packed
and then
together.
so
So they want a developer to come in, buy the site. They don't
Yeah.
want Ray and Laura to come in and buy the site. They want a developer to come in and put up maybe 3 homes, 4 homes on that 1/2 acre.
Okay.
So that you're properly serving them, because we're in a housing crisis. You can't be just donating a half an acre to Ray and Laura's loving dream for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, so then the property developers are going, I'm not putting up 4 houses there.
Because it's not worth my while.
It's not worth my while. And also, I'm paying a levy because
Yeah.
all the houses built in Donegal are fucking falling apart.
That's right.
So they're going, I'm not going to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's
So the
happening.
modular house, I'd love to have a modular house because I do think they're great.
I think it's the most beautiful house I've ever seen.
The thing about Dorley Park, I think that's it is very much temporary.
It's supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, so the reason that went up so quickly is that it's not necessarily going to be there. Like if I was to put up a house in Dorley Park, they have a fair idea I'm going to stay.
Yeah.
Do you know?
So what happens to those modular homes in Dorley Park?
They can be used anywhere they need them.
And by the way, like, we're not having a racist argument here now.
Oh
or
no,
anything
not at
like
all. I'm delighted to put them in there.
No, I am too, but I think that now but you're telling me that they're supposed to not be permanent. Let's see what happens with those places and whatever. But my thing is, they kind of now, I think the government now have to backtrack a little bit and say, well, if we're firing up modular homes, we shouldn't really be stopping ye as much as we are from firing up a modular home if you want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if there's someone...
But equally, the council come in and look at that half acre, and they go, "We'll take that half acre and we'll put up 4 modular homes in it."
But they don't, though, really, do they?
But they are. That's beginning to really ramp up now.
Okay.
Am I speaking on behalf of my job or am I speaking on a podcast?
No,
So
it's good. It's good.
Yeah, but that's
No.
what the height of it, yeah. So me and you were effective for. Well, the only way we can buy into Sligo is if we can buy a bricks and mortar one.
But I don't want to go
Or
back to Castlereagh.
you can buy a shit cottage worth $100,000 outside town.
Yeah.
Knock it and put in a BRB home.
Can you?
Yes. Now that's the thing. If there's a wee housing on it, then you'll get planning on it.
So if there's already a site, that's so funny because a friend of mine did that. So he had looked at probably 30 sites in Sligo and bought on provision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that provision never came true because planning would never.
Brendan
they would
wouldn't
not.
give it to them.
Brendan wouldn't give it
Yeah,
to them.
Brendan's responsible
If
for it
anyone's
now.
wondering, Brendan is running all the housing in Sligo.
He's just
now.
running everything in Sligo now. He's just been given the.
He's been given the key.
Do you know what he is? He's the king of Sligo.
He's the king.
Now-
He's the king of Sligo.
Can I just?
I would have often called him the king of dog shite. He's not the king of dog shite.
I
He's
think
the
this
king
is
of
a
Sligo.
perfect time now to digress ever so slightly, right?
I really
Okay?
want to buy a modular home. You're telling me I can't now. It's really
I
frustrating.
think you can, but buy an old shack of a house and then put the modular home.
Okay, great. I'm going to do that. If I do that tomorrow and it backfires, it's on you.
Blame Brendan. So, or you can talk to a County Meath man,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I have never talked to one of those before.
A County
Okay.
Meath man. Describe. This is an RTE. This is an actual RTE a post or a story that they had up on the website.
Believe them, is it?
Yeah, but I have to say this really caught my imagination.
Okay, go on.
So, County Meath man describing him as the King of Ireland.
Okay, the
Right.
king of Ireland.
Today asked the judge for orders against Bus Éireann and a member of on guard Síochána. So he was in court claiming to be the King of Ireland and he was going against Bus Éireann and the guard.
He took a double decker on a double decker, didn't he? 100% he did, man.
What? Took a double
He took
decker?
a shite in the shit.
Oh, I thought you actually took like a double decker
No.
chocolate bar on a double decker, and then
dou-
for some reason that's oddly illegal in this country.
A double decker. A double decker is a shite that is above board and below board.
Oh,
It's also called a Titanic iceberg as well because you don't
oh,
realize.
she floater.
Yeah, you're looking at the surface
Yes.
and you're going, geez, and then you look under. That thing's gone around the U-bed. Holy fuck.
James Carey, whose address was I won't say, asked the judge to direct.
Sorry, the address is public knowledge, right? You're allowed to say his address, like.
There's no need in this podcast.
Okay.
But he's from Meath. It's enough.
Yeah.
Asked the judge to direct that a Garda who had issued him with a speeding ticket for breaking the limit by 5 kilometres per hour had no lawful right to do so.
How dare he?
Mr. Carey said the Garda had no right to approach him, never mind issue him with the speeding ticket. He also told the court that after his car had broken down, he had attempted to board a bus with his dog and had been told by the driver he could not do so. Mr. Carey told the court that the driver of one of his privately owned public bus fleet had no jurisdiction in refusing him access to travel.
Why? On what premise?
So he owns the country. He's the king. So he can't. The driver of the bus couldn't not let him on the bus because it's his bus. And equally, the guard had no right to issue him a speeding ticket because he employs the guard.
So he said,
yeah, this is my country.
But under what premise does he think he runs the country?
He is the king, he says.
He's the king, he says. So, can you just call that? Is that how Brendan got the job in Sligo? Excuse me, I am the king of Sligo now. And that is it done.
I just thought the audacity of this gentleman.
It's like declaring bankruptcy. I'm bankrupt now,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
So he just declared, I run this place.
He just said, I am king of this country. He must have some sort of an ancestral...
He must have some
link.
sort of something wrong with it. That is... So, but I don't understand this fella. So does he own this podcast as well then?
This would be his sovereign podcast.
Now, what did the judge
One
say
of
to him when that...
Oh, I said, no, sorry.
the judge said, I don't believe you.
I'm sorry. I said the judge...
I don't believe you.
What an insult to the King of Ireland.
Unbelievable
Yeah.
for a judge that he hires.
Yeah, well, you work for me too, so I don't even know why I'm here.
I want you to actually think, though, just think over to the monarchy over in England. And that's kind of what they do, isn't it? Just for hundreds of years, they've decided, I run this place now,
Yeah.
and that's it. So maybe he could be onto something there, you know?
He said he will be appealing the decision.
Well, appeal all the way. It's very appealing, actually, if you ask me, because I would love to know where the hell that fella gets off.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He couldn't get
that's
on.
good now, yeah. Couldn't get on.
He couldn't even get on the bus. Unbelievable. Fair play to him.
Have you news? Are you ready for all my bits that I've saved up?
Yeah, come on. Oh my God, there must be an awful save up. Anyway, no, so first of all, everyone who came to the live show, unreal. The next one's on 7th September, which we'll
Tis.
say at the end of the podcast again. Class cracking Maves afterwards.
Yeah.
It was
actually.
overwhelming to walk in and then have to talk to the 80 people that actually came over.
Yeah.
It was unreal. It
Yeah,
was
you
class.
struggled with that. I was quite happy going around.
You went down into the front lounge.
I did.
Maves Cozy Front Lounge.
Did you?
You didn't talk to anyone.
I know, I talked to all the people down there. We split it. You covered the back lounge, I covered the front
The
lounge.
back lounge is way bigger than the front lounge.
It is, but you're a bigger personality than me.
It took ages to get around that. How are you going?
are you doing?
I was like a government official, actually,
Yeah.
the 2E band.
Yeah.
I was
Shaking
kissing all
hands,
their
kissing
babies.
all the babies.
Turns out they didn't have babies at all. I thought, oh, I kissed that baby, you're breastfeeding. That's my tit. You just kiss me business is tit now.
Yeah,
Fair play to
yeah.
you. Okay, go on. Sorry, get on to your bits there now, Ray.
Right.
You know.
Oh, yeah. Before I go for the massive the back lounge, I do have to shout out Davy Bly
Oh, yeah.
and his missus. Apparently, they listen to the podcast religiously every Saturday morning beside a lake in Westmead.
Jesus Christ, I don't know what they'd be up to.
Whilst eating a sausage roll.
His missus gave out to me. She said I'm after making him pure broody.
You did, yeah. She said this to me, all right, yeah.
She said I have no interest in popping that nose.
You were said, Davy, have a baby. Have a baby, Davy.
Yeah, so I
Get
said
a baby, Davy.
Yeah, I kept saying it's the best thing you'd ever do. She said go away and shite. She
Yeah.
said I have a dog. Do you know what I said to her now? And this has been pointed out before by a couple of personalities. If you have a dog, she was like, I have a baby, it's my dog.
Yeah.
And I said, that's great. If you have a baby now, and you love your dog so much, if your dog does anything to your baby, you will boot that dog across the room. That's the truth. So
That is true, yeah.
As much as you love that dog, you will absolutely hockey it across the room if it does anything to your kin.
Yeah. Well, I young Amy on the night was not impressed with you.
Yeah, she was
so
annoyed
sorry
now.
to Amy about that.
Yeah, but look, all I'm saying is leave him in.
Yep.
You know,
Swiftly on.
leave him in now.
I got a scam call.
You've lost what?
I got a scam call.
Oh, I am dealing with the best of scammers, Ray, as well. I fucking love it.
This was the most.
Come on.
This was the worst I've ever had.
Yeah, okay,
So
go
a
on.
lady comes on the phone, rings off an Irish mobile, and she does sound foreign.
Yeah.
And she says hello, and I said hello, and I won't try and do the accent because I'm only gonna make a mess of it.
No, do it.
Hello, is this? I am Maximilian, and I am ringing you about the Bitcoin account.
Okay.
What Bitcoin account? I said.
That's what you said.
She said, "Is this Mr. Ray?" I said, "It is. It is." Well, I'm ringing you.
Okay, so what accent do you think you're doing there now?
I have no idea. Ali G is coming to mind, or Borat.
Ali G.
She rang anyway, and she said, "Look, I'm ringing you about the Bitcoin account that you opened up in 2018."
You must have been going, dear, I did
And
not.
I'm thinking back 5 years ago, I've never had anything to do with Bitcoin.
But I
ever.
wouldn't put it past you either, though.
No, I would. This
Yeah.
is not something I do.
No,
I don't
okay.
understand it. There's no
Yeah.
point in me buying Bitcoin accounts.
It's a load of shite, to be
So
honest.
she says, "Look, you opened this account. Do you remember opening?" I said, "I don't. So I went along with this."
Oh, yeah.
And she said, "I don't remember." And she said, "Right, well, I want to try and reactivate it for you." She said, "There's money in it, but we have to close it if we don't reactivate it." I was like, "Okay, right." I said, "How much is left in it, or what's it?" She said, "Well, you bought X amount, and now what's in it is worth €70,000."
Jeez, you must have been delighted.
And I said, "Jesus, you telling me I have €70,000 left in this
That's the
account now?"
fucking
I said,
wedding and
"That's
half a
the
modular
wedding
home."
and half a modular home paid for."
Yeah.
This was my dreams coming through.
Yeah. You must have been
So I said, tell me now, you know,
Yeah.
how do I Dimpna? Dimpna, how do I reactivate my account? She said, well, you need to log on to our website and click on the link that I will send you, and I will give you the password.
real legitimate website, I'd say.
So what? And I knew in the back because I'd heard about this scam, phishing scam thing. You log on to their website, you click a button.
Yeah.
They give you a password. You
Yeah.
type that password in, and they bring you to something that shows you your 70,000. But in the background, they're robbing all the pictures off my laptop.
Oh, and you have dirty pictures on your
I have
of yourself. Six arses.
Yeah, 6 arses. Which, by the way, I had a very unfortunate incident with.
Hi.
But I'll tell you about that directly after this story.
Okay, brilliant.
So I didn't want to
Stand
rub
by.
in my bums, and I says to her, at this point, I said, "Look, I'll be honest, I'm not going to log on to your website." Okay. "Why is this, sir?" I said,
Oh, she's changed now. It's a different woman that's
yeah.
on now.
I said, "No, she was getting tick." I said, "Because you're a horrible person." What are you doing? I said, "You're ringing vulnerable people. You're talking loads of shite. I never opened a Bitcoin account.
Wow.
You're a horrible, horrible person. You're going to ring vulnerable people and you're going to get them to log on to your stupid website and you're going to rob all their money."
Yeah.
And I said, "Really, how do you get up at all in the morning?"
Did you change your mind?
She did. She didn't know. She kind of said, "Oh, I'm very sorry you feel like that." I said, "I'm sorry you feel like this. This
Wow.
is terrible." I had a good go at her, and then I said, "Goodbye."
Now, you said goodbye. That's like the way my mother would say. My mother said, "You know what you tell them now, Mark, whenever they call again?
Yeah.
Say, excuse me." She gets posh all of a sudden. Say it to them, Mark, now. Say, excuse me, and tell them fuck off now, Mark. Tell them.
Yeah.
Mom, whenever Mom gets annoyed at people, she goes posher.
Yeah.
So, Mark, you know what you'd say? Excuse me now. Hello. Now, fuck off now, you, okay? Tell them that, Mark, now. Say that
I should
to
have
them.
said that to her, but I didn't. I said goodbye, and I hung up. But I was awful thick about it because I was thinking the next person now that she'll ring, we might fall for it.
So I have seen some scammer videos where they have in fact like made people go, look, I'm sorry, I'm in India here and I have no money, and that's why I'm doing this. But don't feel sorry for them. They're a bunch of. So I'm trying to sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace at the moment, Ray.
Yeah.
The scammers are all coming in. So what they do is they say, "Is item still available?"
Yeah.
My name is Manuk.
Manuk.
I've one profile photo.
Yeah.
It's me and my lovely son in what I think is Chechen land.
Yeah.
Chechnya. Chechnya, from what I can.
Chechnya out my pictures.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sorry, that's normally your role on the podcast. That wasn't my best. I want to Chechnya out your stickers.
Chech this out.
Chech this out, yeah.
So I'm just going to try and go through some of them and figure out like what might have been a good one. So what I've done is I've started getting fair annoyed with them, but I've started knocking a bit of crack out of it.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm glad you have, because there was a time there, and I have to say people may not be aware of this. Mark put up a pair of speakers on adverts, right? And I actually commented on it straight away and says, any more pics? And no, because I wanted to see, I wanted to continue to see the updates from Mark.
Yeah.
And Mark's losing the plot with people on adverts has been one of the most entertaining bits of my week.
They're nearly sold, by the way. Now,
I know, but I mean, you've lost it with an awful lot of people.
I have had, but oh my God, I can't. So here's the rules on adverts, everybody. If you're going to go on adverts now and buy stuff, if you offer money, you're supposed to then pay for the item. Then you're supposed to, I do want it. I didn't offer this money for the crack.
People don't seem to realise.
People don't seem to realise that when
that's it. Your binding contract.
Yeah, that means that no, it's not even that it's a binding contract. People don't even realise. Okay, when I offer money for this item, it means that I want to buy it.
Yeah.
Some people have gone, no, I was only doing it for the crack.
Yeah.
You know, I've had 3 people. One fella, right? So someone offered £700 for something I was selling.
The speakers.
I said, yeah, there you go now. And then, so I got onto him, and he just didn't get back. So another fella then was saying, he ghosted me, and a fella then was waiting, saying, second in line, same amount of money, I want to buy them. So I said to him, your man's not getting back, so they're yours. He said, great. He said, I'm just trying to sell a couple of things myself. he said I'll get on to you
when I have the money.
He said, I'll get on to you, when I have the money, if I sell them. And I said to him, no, I can't wait to hope and pray that you sell. And Johnny said to me, do you know what, that's probably fair enough, actually. Yeah. I said, yeah, it is fair enough. I'm not going to wait and see if you can. So then there was a third guy then said, I'm next in line, please. I really want them, right? Yeah. So I said to him, you're next up, boy. Turns out I was dealing with 2 absolute flutes before I got to you. I'm glad now I'm on to you now. You are not a flute and you're third in line.
Yes.
I said, where are you based?
Yeah.
And how will we organise selling? He sent me one word, gory.
You're right.
So I said to him, okay, do you want to meet up somewhere, or how do you want to do this?
I'll meet you.
Not a word back.
Not a word back. Ghosted you again.
He just said, I thought you'd probably drive to Gory and give them to me. Is what he meant to, like, you know. So no word from him again. So then I had people on adverts do this thing. You can't private message anyone unless there's an offer accepted.
Giving you €1
so
offers.
I had all these people saying €1 offer for PM purposes. Yeah. And I had to keep saying to people,
you're $6.99 short.
Yeah, I have wasted enough time private messaging flutes. Yeah. Any question you have here, unless you're serious, I'm not talking to you unless you're serious.
Yeah.
And I'll
and this
answer
was the bit I was really entertained with, because you'd write a paragraph telling, here man, I'm getting annoyed with this crack.
No, what I said was, I'm not being funny, but I'm not doing this. Any question you have here, I'll do. So I said, ask any question and you know what your man asked me? The one question he wanted to PM me, he said, were they ever used by a DJ?
Yeah.
In the description, the only thing I put down is never used by DJ or big band.
Yeah.
And that was the question he wanted to ask me in private. I was like, read the description.
What did the scammers say?
So I'm selling them on Facebook, and it's so Marek, his name is Marek Sutniak. He said to me, is item still available? I know what's going on. So this is the scam for anyone who's on Facebook Marketplace. This is the scam. Okay. I've had this 15 times. Okay. The same message. So I say, yes, it is. And he says, all right, I'm buying. Would it be possible to send to me by GLS Express? I'm very busy with work.
Right.
Okay.
I think I've seen this as well.
Yeah, so he says, I will send GLS Express man to your door and he will give you money. And I said to him, that is perfect.
Yeah.
Great idea. I'm all on board. Yeah. He said, when I said that is perfect. That is, I will send you money by GL Express tomorrow in cash. You will receive the money. The server will pick up the package at your home. I'm hoping that what I'm saying is understandable. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Because GLS Express will send courier to your home and hand you money. I said, that sounds unreal.
Right.
He said, what time are you available tomorrow? I said, all day, anytime. I said, what's the driver's name? Is it a girl or a boy?
Right. Why was that? Okay.
Because I was going to mess with him.
Yeah.
So he said, It works to complete transaction. I need your name, surname, address, city, postal code, amount, email address, and visit time. I said to him, perfect. He said the driver's a boy. And
He did not.
He said, oh, it's a boy, yeah.
Yeah.
I said to him, it's Mark Kennedy, 92 Rovers Drive, Sligo. I said the postal code is F91E372.
Yeah.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the postal code of Sligo Garda Station.
Lovely.
Right?
Rovers Drive.
I said the amount is £700. I said I'm around all day. And he said, you forgot the email address. And I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. SligoGarda@info.ie. I said so for the email. He said, now this is where the scam comes in, which I knew was the case.
Yeah.
He said, okay, the shipping costs are at my charge, but there is an insurance cost for the envelope. Oh, the envelope has to be insured.
Yeah, they're pricey in fairness. Yeah.
Fuck. Oh.
How does that work out?
Well, I have to pay it.
Oh.
He said, you'll have to pay it at this point, but he said, don't worry, I'll pay for it once you've paid for it on your end.
He'll give you the money back.
He'll reimburse us.
Yeah,
Seems really decent. I said to him, listen, man, don't be worrying about the insurance at all. I'll wrap it up well. I said to him.
Yeah.
He said, okay, well received. I'll stay connected. The service will be informed. He said, you're going to get an email from UPS Express. I said to him, hang on, Marek. I said, Marek, but you said it was GLS Express.
Yeah.
I said, what's going on? I said, didn't you say it? He said, sorry, just my mistake.
Oh, God. Right.
So then he said, okay, you're going to receive... Let me know when you receive the email and you've gone through all the email process. I said, no bother at all, man. I'm waiting here at the computer. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing came in, obviously.
Because he emails like Garda Station.
He emails like Garda Station.
So now some poor bastard down at like Garda Station is after...
Well, that was a made-up email. I don't know if that's like Garda's email, but anyway.
Yeah.
So then I emailed him the next morning. I said to him, Mark, boy, I'm waiting. I said, what time is the driver going to get here? I said, the thing wrapped up well, Bubba.
Yeah.
I said, I have it wrapped up and everything.
Yeah.
And then I think he realised he didn't bite. He didn't bite at the email and this didn't work. Now, I've been messing with loads of them. I was messing with another woman called Anka. She tried to do the same thing. I sent them, this time I sent her Sligo Garda Cab, Criminal Assets Bureau @gmail.com. And then I sent the email, or I said that my address was 27 Scampton Road.
I love Scampton Road.
Yeah, and I sent her and then, but she realised that I was messing whenever I sent her all this. And then at the real end, I said to her, are there any insurance charges I should be paying on this package? I think it's only fair that I pay them. And then I think she realised, he's on to me.
Yeah.
So I'm having great crack messing with
Scammers
all
are
of them.
horrible people.
Oh, absolutely terrible people. Like, because they'll catch out old people. So if you're ever wondering if it's a scam or not, get onto us because we've been through them all in the last while. Yeah.
Arses.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I was wondering when.
No. I just said when I opened my laptop.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to get back to that for a second.
Yeah.
Part of the live show was a game which was formulated by Brendan and Mark.
Yeah, and it turned out I was the fucking idiot at the end because you showed my bare arse to everyone and me stripping for Dwayne Gallagher.
The name of the game was Chica Raybo.
The Chica Raybo.
But obviously I had to prepare that PowerPoint presentation for the show.
Faith in you did.
Faith and I did. Now, it was still open on my laptop. The 6 arses.
Oh no.
Yeah. So on Friday I had the pleasure of doing a singing waiters gig. I wasn't the singing waiter, but I was doing sound for the singing waiters at a wedding in Ashford Lodge.
Okay.
The Lodge at Ashford, there down in Cong, which is, by the way, possibly the most opulent place I've ever been in Ireland.
Beautiful.
It's like, money.
Yeah.
My God, it's buff.
Yeah.
But it was a wedding and I had to go down there to set up by 5 o'clock. So I went down and I was setting up the speakers in this lovely, beautiful hotel room and function room. And I was in the little corner area where the staff were putting the teaspoons in the teacups.
Okay.
And it was 2 lads and me in this little corner. And they were asking me, well, do you do this often? I said, look, and it's a bit of a hobby, etc. And I opened up my laptop and I just powered it on.
Oh.
And the full screen, Mark. And the two boys just looked at the screen and they looked at me and I just looked back at them and I said, sorry, that was a different show.
They saw 12 of the finest cheek in front of them.
Oh my God, I tell you.
So how do you explain that? Like,
and then I had to close it down, but the icons are all saved on my desktop.
Oh yeah,
so
for quick access to the cheek.
So I was trying to delete all the bum pictures on my laptop. And
big files too.
Big files.
Big files.
Singing waiters are marvellous.
Yeah, I've never been at a wedding where they've done the thing, and I'll tell you why. Or sorry, I'll tell you why I'm happy about that. You well know from last weekend.
How awkward you get.
I get awkward when there's planned crack. If a singing waiter came into a room that I was at, I would be halfway out the door.
You'd be brilliant at it.
I just can't deal with the woo!
Yeah.
And everybody now, and here we go and sing along.
It happens naturally. These David and Don, a big shout out to the two of them. They're tremendous. They come in, they get dressed up in the fucking outfits of the hotel.
One of them falls over, don't they?
No, on this occasion, well, they just pick and choose how they do it. You know, there's various different ways. On this occasion, your man David said he was just going to whip out the mic and said, look, it's my last day. I'm actually going to sing a song.
Oh yeah, I'm done with this place.
Yeah, I'm done with this place. I'm sick of working here. I actually want to pursue a career in performing arts.
So the second if Dave had done that, well, not that everyone loves that, by the way, just me. Yeah. The second he did that, I would have been
gone.
I would have been out the door. Oh my god!
Yeah. So David does that, sings the song. I play the backing track. I was shitting the brick because I was like, "Oh God, if I mess this up, I leave a man, in a very vulnerable position abroad in the middle of the floor." Oh. And then the second song is a duet, and he goes, "Would anyone sing with me?" And he starts going around to all the waitresses, and all the waitresses are like, "Oh, get away from
I'm
me."
not doing it.
Yeah,
no.
but then he gets to Donna, who's a plant. And
she's standing in the corner as a plant.
No, she's literally doing wines and everything. Like she's going around filling wines. It goes over to her, and she's actually a spectacular opera singer. Right. And she goes, "Okay, I'll sing along.
I'll sing along with you, Davy. I'll do it."
And then she turns out to be marvelous.
Okay, yeah.
And they're just great. 20-minute show. Everybody's having a great time.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I just So we were at Trisha and Noel's wedding last week. Congratulations, unbelievable crack, beautiful wedding. Now I have to say, they all look great.
They did.
Everybody looked great. My favourite part was when baby Reed, who was carrying the rings, and they said, now Reed is going to give them the rings, and he just said, I lost one of them. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he did. He lost the ring.
And he actually did genuinely lose one of the rings, which is one of the best things that can happen at a wedding. They found it. Anyway, so there was a magician at that wedding. And okay,
you were very against him.
So when I thought he was coming to the table, I ran out the door because again, I get really awkward in those situations where you have to.
Yeah.
So here's why. I thought that he was going to do it. Oh, look, you have a penny behind your ear. And I had to go, wait, oh my God, how do I have a penny behind my ear? Oh, look, you have a finger up your
I wish I
arse.
got this on video. Finger up your arse.
Oh my God. Okay, Mark, turn around. Turn around, Mark, you're getting fingered. Okay, so I thought it was going to be that night. I had to go, yay, okay.
Finger and magician.
So I walked out of the room 2 or 3 times when I thought he was coming towards us. Yeah. I was caught in a conversation, and then I turned around and he actually was at our table, and I wanted the world to swallow me up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until
he actually started,
and he was savage.
He was unreal.
Andy was his name.
Andy, is it?
Andy the magician.
Andy the magician is his name.
Yeah.
Is it actually? We got his card and everything. Yeah. He was class. He actually had me checking my body.
He kept hiding
things on me. And then, for a finish, he wasn't hiding things on me at all. No. But he just kept coming up and touching me. And I was checking in my chat. And there was nothing on me. He was just doing it for the crack dead, the prick. He knew well.
Yours is your way of, your words of affirmation for Andy was, you dirty innocent prick, you dirty innocent.
I have quite a weird way of complimenting people.
You called him every name under the sun.
So every time he did a trick, and he was, he'd be like, open up that envelope there, and then Derek's watches in it. I'd go, you dirty innocent good for that bastard. And he was like shuffling the cards, going, why is he staring at me? I can't help it though, because I think that they're the devil whenever they do stuff like that. So I have to insult him to compliment.
And he was good crack too, because he said things like, is this your sister? To Laura beside me.
Yeah,
he kept making a bastard of me.
He kept making a bastard out of you, which was one of my favourites.
And looking for Laura's number and whatnot. You write that down on the card now.
Yeah, he was like, just write your number down that card there now as well. Yeah, and he could have taken her because he was far more spectacular than you were.
Far more spectacular. He was tall, good looking, beautiful.
He was 8 foot tall, and that was no magic trick.
And he could turn cards into glass.
It was unreal. How does he do all that? How does he turn cards into glass? And he took Derek's watch out. Do you know how Derek knew it was his watch as well? Derek had a smartwatch on him. Right? So Derek had a smartwatch on. Your man took his smartwatch and said, oh, and then he threw it away. I said, that's gone halfway across Clare. I saw him throw it. I saw him throw, so I said 100% that got halfway across clear. Then he opened up a big, massive wallet.
Yeah.
He said, Derek, have a look inside that wallet there. Derek looked inside the wallet. Derek then found an envelope inside the wallet. Derek opened the envelope. Derek's watch was in it. And Derek said to him, it is my watch because it was on 2%. That's what he said. He's like, it definitely is my watch. Like, you're not giving me a dummy watch here now at all.
Because I knew it was on 2%.
But that's what I said to him. You dirty, innocent, good for nothing, 8 foot tall bastard, you.
Yeah.
I said, I saw you throw that halfway across Clare. He was unreal. I don't know how they do it. And like, he's so calm and cool and collected. Like if I was doing magic, if I ever did a magic trick when I was growing up, I did it with my tongue out going, hang on. Hang on now. Was that your card?
Yeah,
no.
no.
Okay, hang on now. Do it again. Like that.
Do you think
It's
your
called
aversion-
sleight of hand.
Your aversion to this, do you think it's based on the fact that you were maybe a failure as a young fella doing this?
Yeah, definitely, because everyone wanted to be a magician
Yeah.
whenever they were growing up. Now, there was another gentleman called Shane Weldon, and he was part and parcel of that magician's crew as well.
Yes.
And he did marvellous tricks as well. He put a spider on my head one time and nearly fucking shit a brick. He was in the middle of doing a car trick, and he was like, have a look at your hand. There was a spider on my hand. I said, Shane, you
A
got-
real spider?
No, it was a fake spider, but I don't know when he put it there.
Right.
No idea when he put it there at all, you know? So these magicians, it's all sleight of hand, Ray. Do you remember that TV show when there was a magician and they'd tell you what they'd done? And
Oh, I
he
think
used
I
to have
do.
like a black and grey painted face.
Yeah.
And then he'd do a trick. I'm going to saw this woman in half, titties to the top, bitches. And he'd saw her in half then. She'd have titties on top and she'd have the fanny down below. And he'd say, that's the fanny over there, that's the titties over here. How did I do that? And then a real smug bastard then would come on and say, we got you, didn't we? Didn't we get you? Now I'm going to show you how we got you, you stupid, innocent, good for nothing fool. You fell for it.
Talking to you at home.
Talking to you at home.
Right.
He'd say, you think that was a good trick to you?
Yeah.
Well, you're a fool for falling for it. Here's how we done it.
And then they tell you how it's done it.
Yeah, and then he'd go in then and he'd say, that was not a separate titty to fanny.
It's all the
He'd
one
say,
titty.
there was all the one titty and fanny in one box, and that was another woman's legs, and we just pulled them apart. He didn't saw them apart at all. You're a fool for going for us. Can anyone tell me what that show was called?
Text us in there.
Oh my God, what was it
we
called?
get it.
It was like The Masked Magician or some shit like that. I don't really know, but it was all part of that old school magicianship where whenever they do a trick, right? So they do a trick and then they go off and for some reason do a hand dance. So he'd saw her in half, or all of a sudden he'd go behind a curtain and then he'd come out with a white suit. But when they revealed him again and everyone went, oh, he'd go, whoa. He'd start moving his hands all around his face and shit. Whoa. That was all the showmanship back in the 80s, like in the 90s for magicians. It was all about the hand movements.
Well, they were part of the trick.
Whoa, that was part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
someone tell me what that was. Ray.
We're running out of time.
Yeah,
so
we're running
I
out
have
of
a
time.
few little
sorry.
last bits.
A few little last bits. Let's hit them.
Laura had her hen night at the
yeah.
weekend.
Nicola genuinely said this, and it makes me think that I'm not good to go out with. She said that was the best night I've ever had out. I said, okay, sorry about that then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I got insulted a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry about that. That I've had shit nights with you all the way through this. One of those shit nights, we got drunk and we made Ali. But okay, it's obviously a shit night. I'm sorry about that. One of those shit nights, right? We came home and you said, no, don't bother putting it on. And then Ali came out and that was obviously a shit night, Nicola, was it?
shit
Yeah.
night, yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm sweating balls.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass out.
So one of the games that was done, and I didn't really want to take part in it, was a game called What Did Ray Say? And it was a quiz.
There was another game called Dress the Flute or something. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
it was Make a Flute How to Play Though.
Yeah, apparently Nicola and Louise, all of a sudden, they knew the Mickeys like the back of their Mickeys.
Yeah, the one that Laura eventually made bore no resemblance to my own. Unless it was a day where we had gone to the beach and it was cold.
Oh, apparently it was very realistic, she reckons, anyway.
I don't know.
She said it was
Anyway,
on the
I just
She said it was at the ball.
I thought it was very funny. I thought it'd be very funny if I ran the questions that I was asked about Laura by you.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
In a rapid fire buzz around.
Okay.
So I want your first answer real quick.
Okay.
How well do you know Laura if you were in my shoes?
Really well.
Right.
Okay, sorry, I thought that was one of the
not
questions.
the first question. Right, so, because music, please. Okay, here we go. What is Laura's best quality?
Her personality.
Very good. What is Laura's favourite food?
Goujons.
Correct. What is Laura's star sign?
Pisces.
No, Taurus. What is Laura's biggest pet peeve?
Chewing with your mouth open.
Correct. Well done. What is Laura's favourite holiday destination?
Spain.
Correct. If Laura won the lotto, what would you do first?
Buy a house.
Correct. What? Did you get this quiz before? No. What is Laura's favourite song?
The Greatest Showman.
No, incorrect. If Laura could
It's Raining Men.
If Laura could be in any musical, what would it be?
The Greatest Showman.
No, incorrect. Legally blonde.
Matilda.
What was Laura's favourite childhood song?
Her favourite childhood song was Aqua. Aqua.
Barbie Girl.
Barbie Girl.
No, incorrect. She didn't even know herself. What is Laura's guilty pleasure?
Other fellas.
I hope that's not true. What is Laura's favourite TV show?
Her favourite TV show is Below Dick.
No, friends. What is the one thing Laura can't live without?
Other fellas.
No, the cat.
You're joking. She only had that cat a year. Like.
What is Laura's biggest inspiration?
Other fellas.
No, it'd be her
No,
mother.
her biggest inspiration is her mammy. Oh, that's
Yeah,
lovely,
it's
but
not,
it's
yeah.
also not true though. You don't have to just say that.
If Laura could be any animal, what would it be?
Water buffalo.
What?
Water buffalo.
Water buffalo. Well, actually, the answer is a horse.
She wants to be a stallion. She wants to have a big stallion's rod is what she wants. Big yoke dragging off the floor.
Trapping
She wants a big old trapping old veiny old hairy old horse rod.
What is Laura's best feature?
Her personality.
No, that's her best quality. What's her best feature?
Her face.
Right, good. That's.
I mean, very diplomatic here now.
Well done.
So does she give you the answers then? How many did I get? They're
So
right.
you got probably as many as I got right.
Yeah, because I know her better than you do.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we should be together, Ray. Remember when I was saying other fellas?
Yeah.
Welcome. How you going? How are things?
Yeah.
Not that we've been riding or anything.
No.
But
Big horse is heading her.
yeah, we haven't been riding or anything like that
No.
because I wouldn't do that to Nicola. It's not fair, Nicola. Not you. I do it.
You do it to you. Yeah, fair enough.
But like we do things like play Monopoly
Oh,
and
that's
Strads
nice.
and all
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
whenever you're not around. Yeah. In
Okay.
secret, down Doherty Park.
Finally, the Jazz Festival on during the week.
Unreal. My favourite thing about the Jazz Festival is they're the best musicians in the world, right? And there's these virtuoso twins that are part of the Jazz Festival. They're like some of the coordinators and the teachers at it as well.
Yeah.
They finished the Jazz Festival last night and came into our gig, right? And they were like rocking out to our gig. And afterwards, the best bass player I've ever seen in my life said, unreal. I loved it. He said that it was class.
Right.
And I went, my God, maybe I am worth this.
I have a question.
For a split second.
I have a quick question for you. Imagine if they did the jazz. So the Jazz Festival here in Sligo is basically 200 budding jazz musicians get together for a week, and they do a school every day where they create like ensembles, so they create bands.
Yeah.
And the bands all then on the Sunday all get up and do 2 songs each, right? And I was thinking that if the same festival was done for rock musicians. Right, and you got
You mean like pub entertainer musicians?
pub entertaining musicians. I just think it'd be so funny how many times Superstition would be played.
Oh my God, the amount of times. If there was female singers, it'd be Valerie and Proud Mary.
Yeah.
Every one of them would do Valerie and Proud Mary.
I love it. It is a nice thing the Jazz Festival does because it does get everybody together and they have a lovely week of playing music. But I was just thinking how monotonous
Yeah,
it'd be.
because I know, but you know that they have the same. So you know the way, like if someone asks us for wagon wheel, we want to go up on top of the Guinness building and jump off it. You know, whenever that happens.
Yeah.
They have their own ones.
They have
So
their own ones,
their big one is Summertime.
Yeah.
Summertime.
And that easy
And the
living.
living easy. If you ask them to play that, man, they want to go up on top of the Guinness building and jump off it. So I know that about, because I've done that jazz festival before. Here's the other thing about jazz. They are the best musicians.
They're very good, in
They're
fairness.
unreal. I don't understand jazz. I went to a jazz gig for the jazz festival in Lilies, okay? And I saw a 3-piece jazz where there was a 6-year-old drummer. He was unbelievable. A Ukrainian kid.
Yeah.
And his father, who's a jazz guitar player. I don't know how old he is. Between 6 and 10. He was this size.
Yeah,
but he
small.
had a Sean O'Reilly shirt on. He had more swagger than Sean ever could.
Yeah.
Okay. He was doing a gig. He was unbelievable. But I watched it for an hour and a half. I'm not sure they switched songs. I think they kept starting the same one again, if you ask me. Whereas all the jazz heads in the pub were going, oh, great, I love this number.
Yeah.
They all sound like that to
I
me.
couldn't tell one from the other.
Yeah, you can't.
And the general way of a song would go is the singer will sing 2 verses.
Yeah,
Right.
and then
Georgia, I got Georgia. And then next thing the piano starts, right?
Yeah.
And then when he finishes, everybody goes,
Yeah, so that's the other thing as well. They're so smug, you jazz bastards. You stop giving everyone plaudits. And I do a bass solo every Sunday. No one's ever
No one
even
ever
looked
claps.
at it.
Yeah.
No one's ever even looked at the fucking thing. Whereas in every jazz song, they give every musician a solo. And after every jazz musician solo, they all go,
yeah. And then it comes back into the Georgia of my mind singing again.
And like, I get so jealous. I'm like, I just wish for once, but maybe it's that my solo shit. Haven't thought about that. Could be open there now.
Sorry there
I
now.
do wish I'd solo, it turns out.
I have to finish up by saying, before we get into the live show, Sligo's Got Talent is back.
Oh man. Unreal.
€10,000 prize in the Garavogue.
Anyone can go to enter it.
Anyone can enter it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I presume they're looking for sad stories. They're looking for people, you know, down on their luck. You know,
you've got to.
Someone's passed away.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for them.
Absolutely. So get your sob stories ready.
Get your sob story ready. Sligo's a Talent. It's in the Garavogue and it's starting in September. There's 10 grand of a prize.
Wow.
I think we should enter.
And do what?
And win.
I'm going to enter as a magician.
That would be very good, actually. Yeah.
I am. I'm going to enter as a magician.
Yeah.
Was that your card? No. I know. Wow. Start doing all the hand shit then. Whoa. So make sure you enter that. And that's before we get on to the live show.
No.
We're lining up a very, very special guest for the 7th of September. Those tickets are on sale already, Brendan, aren't they? Yeah. So you can buy your tickets for the 7th of September in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre for the next Kendy Raybo live show. I'm telling you this now, and I'm not just, you know me, I don't be bigging us up that much. Everyone after the last live show said it was the best we've ever done.
This mightn't be as good.
So this could be shite. So you better come and see this one.
Come and see this one.
No. Honestly, I think that we've hit a stride, Ray. I don't want to jump the gun.
Please buy a ticket though.
Yeah, buy a ticket.
Yeah, because it'll fill us full of confidence.
It will, because that's what happened. We knew how many people were coming.
Yeah, so Kendy was relaxed. And I was
we
nervous.
were relaxed, and but it was perfect though, because it's better when I'm relaxed and you're nervous.
Very better.
So Alan Clark was unreal. We are working on the next guest, which I think at the moment is shit hot.
He's very good.
He's popping off right now, so we're going to try.
We'll have to get a female guest at some point.
I mean, are we really into that diversity?
That
yeah, because then we're going to get a female guest. Then you better get a transgender guest. Then you better get a midget guest. Then can we put that in?
That's it now. That's the 2-1-1.
That's the 2-1-1.
But it's the 2-1.
That's
1.
Yeah, I still don't get that reference.
Okay.
You can explain it to me after.
Yeah.
Big thanks to the big official government head on Brendan flicking the keys off himself.
He'd probably want that more annual leave now that he's a big job.
Mondays, he gets enough of it already. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Shit.
He's busy now.
Christ almighty. Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck. The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items and Maeve's Cozy Front Lounge.